Hi everyone, my name is Cindy, a mom, a wife, and our family loves adventure. Join us as we bring you all with us in our blissful life of fun and adventure. Good morning, Skylar. Where are you going today?
Adventure.
You're going where?
Adventure.
Adventure! Yay! We're going for an adventure! Good morning, Skylar. Where are you going today?
Adventure.
You're going where?
Adventure.
Adventure! Yay! We're going for an adventure! So we started our journey in our little town of Jasper, and it took us 1 hour and 30 minutes until we reached Columbia Icefield. And if you're coming from Banff, it will take you roughly around 3 hours. And just to let you know, the Highway 93 is one of Canada's scenic drives, from mountains, glaciers, lots of waterfalls, canyons, amazing wildlife, incredible hikes, and astounding beauty at every turn. And it's beautiful in all season. Our glacier adventure departs from the Icefield Glacier Discovery Center along the Icefield Parkway. You're going in a big, big bus.
Over here on your left hand side though, you guys are going to notice some trees there. Not very good looking trees, nothing really good about them, but they're actually 300 to 400 years old. The reason they're still quite small is they don't get much of a chance to grow up here on this hill. Very harsh conditions throughout the year. You'll also notice a lot of these trees are missing branches on the right side of the tree, or the glacier side. That's from what we call katabatic winds. So that means downhill in Greek. Comes down off the ice field onto the glacier, picks up ice particles, sand particles, and then smashes into these trees, forcing them to lose their branches. They're called flag trees. Pretty handy at Christmas time in the corners of your living room, guys. So you guys are going to be getting on your Ice Explorer with Connor. Can anybody guess where Connor's from?
Ireland.
You are correct, man. Perth. He's from Australia. Unfortunately, he lives not that far from where I did. But he's not a bad driver. I've seen better. He could do better. And make sure you ask him to get a haircut. It's awful. Thanks, everybody. You're going to have a great time. Connor is great. See you when you get back, probably.
This is not my first time riding this gigantic beast, and I am excited. I think I am excited for Papa being his first ride and Skylar for being able to experience it at his age. So let's see how it goes.
Alrighty guys, can we all hear me loud and clear? Alright, thanks, sweet. So again, my name's Connor. Now, have you guys been in the Canadian Rockies for a while? No. Couple days, yeah?
Oh,
you guys think like America has a grade of 32%. So that means for every 100 meters that we travel forward, we're descending down 32 meters. It's pretty cool. Now, So this section of the lateral ring is actually the least stable, believe it or not, because it shifts down and right 1 meter every year. And the reason why it does that is because, again, as the glacier is receding away, it's no longer supporting this section, so it's actually crumbling down. It's crumbling down quite bad on that side, and that's why we're driving the left-hand side right now, by the way, Aussie way. The reason why we do that is because as we go up that side, you're applying more pressure on the ground, so we're compacting the ground on that side, and so it's not crumbling away as much. That's the idea anyway. Now the Columbia Icefield, it feeds 6 glaciers. So we've got ALBERTA, Saskatchewan, Castlegar, Columbia, Stutfield, and Dome. Dome's on the other side of this mountain on our right hand side. Maybe later when it clears up and you're heading to Skywalk, you may be able to see it. And the Columbia Icefield is 165 square kilometers large. It's the largest in the Canadian Rockies. ALBERTA Glacier itself is 5 kilometers long from the top to the toe of the glacier and 1 kilometer wide. You can drink the water, guys. It's totally safe. Just make sure it's running water. It may be frozen because we're first on, but if it's not, you can drink it as long as it's moving and from the top of the stream, and make sure it's not yellow. Just be careful when you're bending down, guys, because it will be very slippery. Now, the other thing are the buses themselves. Don't go behind or in between the buses. They're ginormous. We can't see behind us whilst reversing. So don't go in between or behind the buses. And other than that, guys, I'll be out there. If you guys have any questions, you want me to clear something up and go into more detail, by all means, come up and ask me. Give me 1 second here.
It's nice that we are the first one to arrive here at the glacier, because the last time we came, it was a busy month of May and people are everywhere. The weather from our last visit was beautiful though, compared to the weather today, but nothing's gonna stop us from our expedition. We are now at the Athabasca Glacier. It's one of the 6 principal toes of the Columbia Icefield located in the Canadian Rockies. It's sad though that the glacier currently loses depth at a rate of about 5 meters per year and has receded more than 1.5 kilometers and lost over half of its volume in the past 125 years. And of course, before we go, let's take pictures!
The ice that you guys are just standing on. So that ice that you guys are standing on, that's the deepest section of the glacier. It's 250 meters deep. It's roughly 700 feet. You can actually fit the Eiffel Tower underneath where you guys were standing. Now that was done back in 2012 by the University of Saskatchewan. The way they figured that out was they used sonar equipment. So they bounced the radio waves back, and they bounced back, and that's how they figured it out. It's pretty impressive, pretty cool. Now, just coming up on our right-hand side, I'm going to slow down for us. I'm not allowed to stop, but I can slow down. And if you're on my side, you're going to have to stand up to look at this. By all means, go for it. So, just coming up on our right-hand side now. Oh, sorry about that. That was a bit harsh, that break. Now, you see these 2 giant holes in the ice. There's one just here and one up ahead. So again, stand up if you're on my side. Everybody check those out. Once everybody gets a good look, I'll carry on, but at your own time, guys, a good time. Reason being so is because if they were fully inflated, they'd actually be rather hard and they cut the glacier up. And again, that's the last thing we want to do. So keep them at about 15 psi so they're relatively soft. Helps evenly displace the weight of the Ice Explorer and gives us a lot more grip. And they tend to last 2 to 3 seasons, so we do get the most out of them. Now give me 1 second, guys. 529 1013. I'm just in the base now. So if you like.
And before we end today's episode, here is a glimpse of our trip last May of 2017 at Columbia Icefield. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode.
That's the glacier.
And here is what you will expect next week at the Blissful Wanderers Camp. And if you enjoy these kinds of videos, please like and subscribe and tap on the notification bell so you get notified. Thank you, and we'll see you again next week. Bye!